Hey everybody, I am back, and this time I wanted to recap some of my recent basketball related PSA pickups and then a couple non-sports cards as well. So starting here with this 1970 Topps Elvin Hayes tall boy. First one of these that I've gotten. I got this at Buy It Now and really happy to have it to the collection. I do collect Elvin Hayes. If you go up, look up his stats, just kind of look what the career he had. He was an amazing center. Doesn't get the press that some of the other players from that era do, but he was one of the greats. Another player I do collect, Pete Maravich. This is his 77 Topps card and a near mint to mint 8. Nice grade on that. This continue to develop or can finish out my Pete Maravich collection. Just need a couple cards left. Unfortunately, his 1970 Topps rookie is one I need still, so looking to pick that up at some point in the future. 1981 Topps, Magic Johnson. This just shows him a nice little in-action card. So not nearly as popular as the 80 set that has that iconic card that he shares with Larry Bird and Dr. J, considered his rookie card. But this is still, for the price for these 81 Topps, they're very affordable and they have really good imagery on it. Totally 1980s, that just something about the colors they use, that pink border outlining the color photography, just something about that. Takes me back to my youth. Alright, here at 87 Fleer, Mark Aguirre. Mark Aguirre is another guy, you just got to look up his stats to kind of appreciate what kind of player he was. He could really fill it up. A great scorer. Fortunately played for some really poor Maverick teams. He did get his shot at a championship later on when he played with the Bad Boys in Detroit, but he wasn't the scorer then. He didn't need to be the scorer then, but he still finally won a championship with him. I compare him to like a modern-day Carmelo Anthony, just a guy that could really score, but not really necessarily on great teams. And then a 95 Hoops Kevin Garnett from my Kevin Garnett collection and a mint 9. And then these last two cards are different. These are from the 1933 National Chickle Skybird set. So it was kind of commemorating some of the great pioneers of air power and air history. I collect these two guys. I picked these up because of my own military background and my love of military history. And these two guys, starting with Frank Luke, back in World War I, so in September of 1918, Frank Luke had quite a month. He became an ace. He had 18 confirmed kills, took out I believe 14 aerial balloons and like 4 fighters as well to become an ace. Unfortunately, near the end of the month of September, he was shot down. Actually, I think the story goes that someone on the ground, a soldier on the ground, shot, and just one of those lucky bullets that struck him and wounded him. So he was forced to land his aircraft over in Germany territory, so behind enemy lines. Legend originally had it that he was found dead from his wounds, but that he had an empty revolver and that there were 6 dead Germans around him. This story was later disproven, but it does not diminish the sacrifice and the accomplishments of Frank Luke. He was awarded the highest award you can get, which is the Congressional Medal of Honor. And they named Luke Air Force Base right outside Phoenix in his honor, duly named, because he is a native of Phoenix himself. So a great American airman who only served primarily that month of September, but his accomplishments and sacrifice still felt today. And another great American and a great pilot, this Eddie Rickenbacker. So Eddie Rickenbacker, he was kind of a thrill seeker type, as some of those guys were, those early pilots in World War I. He used to be a race car driver. He didn't have quite the blue blood background as some of these guys did. A lot of them were Ivy League educated. And when Eddie showed up, he was initially enlisted in the Air Corps, the military, and he was such a great mechanic, and he had such an ability to fly the aircraft back then that he was eventually earned his commission and became an officer pilot. And he is considered to be one of the aces of aces in World War I as well. I think he had 26 confirmed kills. Fortunately, he did survive. He later on went on to receive the Congressional Medal of Honor as well in I believe it was 1931 or 1930. It was awarded to him. And he had a distinguished civilian career later on. He some nugget says that he once owned the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. He did some work inventing his own car company that really wasn't a success. And then he was a pioneer in the civilian air travel industry with Eastern Airlines too later on in life. But a great American, a great airman, and a hero, both these two. And that's all I've got. Once again, everybody, I do appreciate your posts and comments, and I will talk to you again later. Thanks.